It is that level of honor that is being given to Prime Minister Modi. You are trying to give America a choice that here is Pakistan, here is India. Now you need to balance. There is no balance between India and Pakistan. You're a dead economy. This is Indian territory, even if it happens. Now, of course, the Khalistanis are unlettered, uneducated louts, and they are criminal terrorists, so they don't know these things. Jai Hind friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the CHANAKYA Dialogues English. Like this video, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. The first news of the day, ladies and gentlemen, is from the NIA, the National Investigation Agency, and I'm reading from an NDTV report which says, probe agency NIA to investigate attack on Indian mission in US and Canada. After London, Indian National Investigation Agency will now also probe attacks on the Indian diplomatic missions in Canada and the US. A grenade was thrown during the protest at the High Commission of India and Canada, and other things also happened, like, for example, attacking the San Francisco, the US, in US, the San Francisco Indian consulate was attacked by the Khalistanis. Now, all these Khalistanis, everywhere, wherever they may be, now their photographs have been captured, their videos have been taken, and slowly what the Indian government is doing is, of course, filing FIRs here. So first of all these guys, even if they have foreign passports, they can never come to India. If they come to India, they'll be inside the clink. And all those who have foreign passports, legal cases will be filed against them, criminal cases will be filed against them, and the justice system outside is very strict. It's very strict. I want to tell Khalistanis, when you attack the High Commission of India, or the Embassy of India, or a Consulate of India, please remember, this is Indian territory, even if it happens. Now, of course, the Khalistanis are unlettered, uneducated louts, and they are criminal terrorists, so they don't know these things. But the fact of the matter is that any embassy of any country is sovereign territory of that country. So the way India looks at it, and the way the world looks at it, is this. If you attack an Indian embassy or High Commission or Consulate, you are attacking Indian territory. And for that, you'll have to pay a very heavy price. Now, it might take long, but cases will be filed, and all these Khalistanis, all these Khalistanis will be brought to book. Charges will be filed against them, and these Khalistanis will rot in prisons in America, in UK, and in other places. They will rot. India will ensure that. The second news that I have is from Times Square to Niagara Falls. Indian-American community sends a welcome message for Prime Minister Modi. Prime Minister Modi is going to address the joint session of the US Congress, state visit, massive honor, and America has literally laid out the red carpet for Prime Minister Modi and for India. The red carpet. I mean, such an honor last time, they said, I was reading some media reports and they said, last time such an honor was given, it was given to the Pope. It is that level of honor that is being given to Prime Minister Modi. I mean, America has literally pulled out all the stops. And the Indian community there is going gaga. They're absolutely, going ballistic, if I may use that word. And they're saying that welcome. So from Niagara Falls to wherever, they are from one end of America to the other. Everybody is gathered around in Indian dresses, with dhols, with nagaras, Indian music, Indian food. I was reading somewhere that one Indian guy who owns a restaurant, he's from Maharashtra, he actually has a Modi thali. It's a pure vegetarian thali with the three colors of the Indian national flag, and they're calling it the Modi thali. And this is the kind of love, affection, and adoration that, the Prime Minister of India, Prime Minister Modi, he gets from people, whether in India or outside. He's truly very popular. And this news article also says that members of the diaspora and young Indian students are taking to social media such as Twitter to post their video messages, welcome Prime Minister Modi, who will arrive in New York on June 20th and will lead the 9th International Yoga Day celebrations at the UN headquarters on June 21st. All right? And they also said that, as I repeat, from Times Square and Niagara Falls to Princeton University and Hawaii. So Hawaii is down south, Niagara Falls is right up there. Members of the Indian-American community are sending welcome messages from iconic US locations for Prime Minister Narendra Modi on his upcoming historic state visit, expressing pride over his inspiring leadership. And Indians are the most successful community in the United States of America. Nobody earns more money than Indians, and no single community, has been able to make such a positive change in terms of the economy, in terms of integration. Among immigrants also, you will find that Indians are the ones who integrate very easily into any place that they go. Unlike some other people that we know, our neighbors, they never integrate anywhere. They can live for 1,000 years in the United States of America. They'll only say ki hum aa rahe hain. That will never change. That part of them will never change. So they're welcoming Prime Minister Modi and everybody's happy, everybody's absolutely gaga. Another news that I have, and I'm constrained to take up a news from Pakistan. Khwaja Asif, Pakistan's defense minister, says that, quote unquote, Islamabad does not have a problem. I repeat, hold your breath. Islamabad does not have a problem with the United States developing a partnership with India if it is not at the cost of Pakistan. I don't know where Pakistanis get such confidence from. What exactly are the Pakistanis smoking? And whatever the Pakistanis are smoking, I certainly want it, and I'm sure so do you. Because there is nothing better at fake confidence than a Pakistani minister. Khwaja Asif says, Pakistan does not have any problems with India having a close relationship with the United States, as long as it is not at Pakistan's cost. Now, how has Pakistan contributed to Americans or the American society? First of all, largely the Pakistanis' contribution has been zero. Okay, like in their own country, even outside, you would have never heard of a famous Pakistani. It's just one odd guy in politics or something like that. Otherwise, they aren't the most productive of people, except when you talk about population. There they are highly productive. Apart from that, intellectual productivity is zero, right? And I don't mean to demean an entire people, but I'm just telling you the truth, and the truth must be spoken. So Khwaja Asif, the defense minister of Pakistan, says that, what's actually happened is that we are okay. We are fine with the US and India talking and having a good relationship, but not at the cost of Pakistan. What do you mean, Mr. Khwaja Asif? Not at the cost of Pakistan. What do you mean? Did you ever have any stakes in the game apart from selling the blood of poor Afghans and pushing Afghanistan into chaos? What is your positive contribution towards society, towards humanity? At the cost of Pakistan? We are talking about technology. We are talking about artificial intelligence. We are talking about space. We are talking about the Internet of Things. We are talking about blockchain. We are talking about superconductors. We are talking about supercomputers. We are talking about data, big data. This is the language that India and the United States are speaking. What is the language that you have been speaking to the US for the past 40 years? The world looks at you through a security lens because your army is for sale. There is no common ground. Please do not attempt, Mr. Khwaja Asif, please do not attempt to become famous by taking India's name, because your political career is down in the toilet. And the only way you can become famous or your country can become slightly popular is if you hyphenate your relationship with India saying Indo-Pak. But that de-hyphenation has taken place long back. It's gone. It's done away with. So, I would request all Pakistanis, don't think, and I've seen a lot of Pakistanis on YouTube, on television programs, regularly trying and comparing, taking India's name time and again. Stop taking India's name. Now you'll say, Major Sahab, even you take Pakistan's name every day. I just make fun of you. I'm not comparing India with Pakistan. I just like to make fun of you, and Indians enjoy that. That's the only reason I take your name. Otherwise, which other intellectual contribution have you made to the world? Absolutely zero. So I don't think that, you should be saying anything like this to anyone at all, leave alone comparing yourself with India. You are trying to give America a choice that here is Pakistan, here is India. Now you need to balance. There is no balance between India and Pakistan. You are a dead economy. We are going to be the world's 4th largest economy very shortly. We are the vaccine capital of the world. We have enough food grains to feed Europe tomorrow if we wanted to. India is one of the world's fastest growing and durable economies. Of course, it is the fastest growing but also durable economy with zero chances of inflation as far as Bloomberg is concerned. We are a peaceful nation. We are a progressive nation. We are a nation that is run by the constitution. I mean, why would Pakistanis even dream of comparing India and Pakistan? It's like a dustbin comparing itself with the throne. There is no comparison at all. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, there is another news coming from Mahindra Defence. Excellent news. Armado is sort of an armored vehicle, which they have. It carries 1 plus 5 people in it. And this is a light armored vehicle, but it does not run on tracks. It's like, it's not like the Humvee, but in the sense that it's an armored vehicle. The Humvee is classically not armored. It was made armored later on, but this is like an all-terrain vehicle. It goes everywhere. It's highly powered. It goes from 0 to 160 kilometers per hour in 12 seconds. And it has a very, very powerful engine. This vehicle will be used in areas, which have undulating terrains. It can be used by special forces. It can be used by quick reaction teams. And I'm saying not just the Army, Navy, and the Air Force here. This will of course be used by the infantry also. But this is not just for the Army, Navy and Air Force. I think the BSF, the CRPF, ITBP, CISF will all need this vehicle, and I congratulate the Mahindra Group for a wonderful piece of technology, a wonderful vehicle design. I also like to congratulate HAL. Now HAL received an order for 145 Prachand helicopters, which is a light combat helicopter. Well done. Absolutely well done, HAL. And this takes the total count of helicopters, including 145 to 160. Give a lot of firepower to the Indian forces, phenomenal firepower to the Indian forces. And lastly, Mr. Rajnath Singh's, his statements regarding the UP corridor. There is a corridor coming up in Uttar Pradesh, defense corridor, and in Tamil Nadu also. And he's saying that this corridor is not just for building, spare parts and nuts and bolts. No, he's saying drones, UAVs are going to be built there. BrahMos missiles are going to be built there. You never know. You never know. Maybe the latest tank is going to be built there. So these two defense corridors, one in Tamil Nadu and the other one in Uttar Pradesh, I mean, Atmanirbhar Bharat is now a reality, and it's only a matter of time before India starts producing the best equipment in the world. Armado is great news. Prachand is fantastic news. The 145 unit order to HAL and this corridor, defense corridor in both Uttar Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, fantastic. I mean, I'm so happy today. Every country that aspires to be a superpower must have its own weapons platforms, its own armaments industries. India is marching in the right direction. Still a long way to go, ladies and gentlemen, but we are going in the right direction. Now for a few questions and answers. Harshita Nathawat. Hello sir, I want to know your views on Air Defender 23 war exercise which will take place in Germany. The Western countries have always fired the gun from others' shoulder. They do everything for their benefit in the name of human rights, and even now they're supplying weapons to Ukraine for the world to know that their weapons are capable of defeating Russia's weapons. Such hypocrites. I also love watching your videos. Thanks for making me interested in geopolitics. Harshita ji, thank you very much. Now, you see these Air Defender 23 war exercises, these keep on taking place. There is nothing special. We keep on doing air exercises. They also do it. I've already covered this before, but I'll just say that, yes, the Western countries are being two-faced. They're not asking for the war to stop. They're just giving more and more and more to Ukraine. They're giving money, they're giving weapons. And this is a fantastic opportunity to their arms companies to test their weapons on live humans. So they're testing their weapons on live humans. And this is something that they can take to the rest of the world. That look at these Javelin missiles, fantastic. Look how many Russian tanks they destroyed and how many Russian soldiers they killed. Please buy this from us. This is $1 trillion business. And of course, US does not want to be left behind. Europeans don't want to be left behind. So this is one of the aims. Also the fact that they want the collapse of Russia. They effected the collapse of the Soviet Union long back. Now they want the collapse of Russia, which is why Russia is also taking steps of sort of giving nuclear weapons to Belarus and other countries so that this power is evened out. I don't know about whether Russia giving nuclear weapons to Belarus is a good step or bad, but the fact of the matter is that Putin now thinks that the West can't do anything to him because they've done their worst and nothing has happened. Archius, I wish you'd written your name, but can this proxy war is a charade for assessing effectiveness of the arsenal of US-led, US-fed NATO against the Russian weapons? Recall testing ground of smart bombs, carpet bombs, and Scud, etc. Exactly. So this is the question that I had earlier also answered. And this question by Harshita ji, I've answered the same question and the same answers apply. Yes. The answer is yes. The third question is Parth Popat. Hello sir. Hello Parth ji. What happened to the German Leopard 2 tanks? Do you think Russian forces again use the Dragon's Teeth defense to target a beeline of these tanks? And what is the difference between leasing and owning Predator drones? See, leasing is when you don't have ownership rights. I'll answer the Predator drone question first. And you lease them, you use them, you pay certain money, but you don't have ownership rights. It's like leasing a house and owning a house. You're living for rent and you're living as an owner. But now India has decided to, Sea Guardian, Predator, Reaper, all these drones. India wants to, there are various variations. Similar technology, different usages. And India is trying to buy these drones. Now India will have ownership rights. 31 or 32 India is buying for around $3.5 billion. Now, as far as these Leopard 2 tanks and all that you mentioned, see, it is one thing giving tanks to Ukraine. And it's another matter Ukrainians learning, because on any weapon platform, you've got to have years and years and years of experience here. You can't just, start using it. It's not like I give an AK-47 to a civilian. Sure, he can pull the trigger and fire off the entire magazine in 2-3 seconds. That he can do. Certainly, you can do it. Anybody can do it. But the fact of the matter is that to use an AK-47 effectively like an infantry soldier needs years and years of training. So you can't give Leopard 2 to a Ukrainian and say that, okay, use it against the Russians. Of course, he'll be able to use it. Of course. But the fact of the matter is you need to be an armored core guy for so many years to actually understand what this tank is about. You know, to get the feel of the tank, its capabilities. It's a long drawn process. But yes, Ukraine is pretty much becoming the testing ground, or has become the testing ground of European and American weapons against the Russian forces. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this video. If you like this video, press like, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram, Bharat Mata ki Jai.